last
Okay,
time.
okay.
We did that. We can't do that bit again.
Okay.
Are we
yeah.
live?
We're not. Are we live? Yeah, we are. Yep, it says right there, live. See? Got the phone thing.
Is this
Awesome.
mic on?
No, it isn't. It's not plugged in. Nathan, you know why? It's because all of our audio equipment is at the Buffalo Academy of Science because of the FTC Buffalo qualifier that we are hosting in about a week.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Whatever day that is.
Yes.
So yeah, we got drop mics and a real mic.
That's
right
the
there,
real mic, and
which is
it's slightly lower quality, but I tried my best to fix it.
Mr. Audio Engineer over here.
Yeah.
How's my hair?
I'm not the makeup artist. I'm just the
Shout
audio
out to
person.
whoever gets that reference. Hello and welcome to your weekly dose of mayhem. The only show where the only thing hotter than what's in this mug is me. I'm your host.
And I'm your other host. You can stop drinking now. We got custom Open Alliance, FTC Open Alliance mugs.
We should sell these.
Yeah. We should also sell FTC Open Alliance socks.
A Q&A, a question for the people. If we put FTC Open Alliance socks on our field resetters for the FTC event, would that be hype?
I'd argue that it would be quite hype.
I think that would be awesome.
Peak advertising.
Leave your answers in the comments. I think that'd be awesome.
Yes. Now, today's weekly dose of mayhem is a very special one, not only because it's happening, which is remarkable in of itself at this point, but also that we have a live studio audience right behind us.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
Yeah.
Live studio audience! Shout out to Tate, Jana, and James. Tate isn't even on this team, and he's still here. Tate has been in fierce competition with my grandfather for the biggest weekly dose of mayhem fan.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Hiller's here.
Hey. He's normally here.
Yep.
Brady isn't. He's playing squash.
Yeah.
So we don't have a third co-host, which is a real shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, where we've been. For the more acute viewer, you may have noticed that we haven't uploaded a weekly dose in like 6-7 weeks.
Yeah.
That really comes down to we missed the first one because we were in Penfield. We'll get to that. Then the one after that was a snow day, and then we had another snow day,
and then break.
and then
winter break.
Winter break. Yeah.
Which,
So
would
that's
add,
where we're
which would add up to 5, I think. So, yeah, I think that's how many.
Yo. John Gorton in the chat.
Oh,
And Tate.
he doesn't think that FTC Open Alliance socks would be hype. I think that's what the no is for. What do you say to that?
I appreciate your input. Tate, what do you think?
Dude, I'd wear those socks
He-
every day.
Tate would wear FTC Open Alliance socks.
As he has every right to do.
Exactly. The tremolo pedal worked, by the way. Grandpa, it works well. Anyway, unrelated. So we were in. The first reason we missed was because we were packing up for Penfield. Penfield happened. It feels like forever ago. It was our first FTC competition, which we hyped up significantly, and it went. For Green Team, it went relatively okay. We didn't win every match, but can't ask to win every match. The robot wasn't at its full capability, but it was really good at what it was good at, which was the specimens, and that got us a control wood. Thank you to James, the programmer, and also the control wood writer. That one goes out to him. You also helped with the control wood this year, right?
I wrote the submission.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. Shout out to Hamid who wrote the submission. I was wrong about that.
I've been here the whole time. That's a reference.
And shout out to Nerds of a Feather for forming the FTC Open Alliance
Yeah.
with us.
That was awesome.
That was a really fun alliance to play with.
The only other FTC Open Alliance team at the event, and we played with them. Very
White
cool.
team was there.
White team was also there. But like, I mean, that's just our team. That wouldn't have been the FTC Open Alliance alliance. That would have just been the us alliance.
Yeah, that's fair. If you are looking for a more in-depth review of that event, go to Chief Delphi, read the build threads, go up a bit. There's a build thread that goes over every match of that event. I go pretty in depth with some of them. Oh, we got some comments. What are people saying?
Tate wants socks.
Tate wants. I want socks. Hamid, what does that say? Hamid, the cam is doing the stupid thing again. Is that Jaina?
Yeah.
What stupid thing?
What stupid thing?
Remember the thing I showed you earlier?
Oh, I thought you meant the camera. No, the cam, as in the thing that you do before routing something.
Computer aided machining.
I'll get back to you on that. I'm kind of on
What kind of on it?
on a show right now.
Okay, womp womp.
Weekly Dose of Mayhem at youtube.com/@electricmayhem. You should watch it.
At Electric Mayhem
And what is
Robotics.
Tate? What?
In a podcast shirt? Ooh, not a bad idea. Podcast merch.
Oh, podcast match. It's not bad.
Anyways, back
Anyway.
to the topic at hand.
Benfield.
After Penfield, we made a lot of robot changes. Good segue into your next section on the script.
Well,
robot changes.
You forgot one of the bullet points on the Penfield one.
What?
White team won the Innovator Award.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, they did that. Awesome.
We made a lot of robot changes, which segues really nicely into your next topic, robot changes.
Dang it. Yeah, we changed the robot after Penfield, which segues great into your. just start talking about it, please.
So at Penfield, the intake was on one slide, which meant it was very, shaky like that.
Yeah.
And the intake was very droopy and very. It worked. It worked okay, but it was sketchy. So
Yeah, the slide when it went out, it started twisting along like a really bad axis, and
Yeah.
that caused all sorts of problems, like the screws starting to fall out and whatnot. A lot of extra maintenance, and the intake just kind of went askew a little bit. So
can we see that? Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
two slides.
Here, slide the robot over. They can
Sliding
see
the
this.
robot over.
So we put another slide on. Let's see if you can see it. You can kind
Yeah,
of see it.
yeah.
We put another slide on the robot to fix that, and it worked great. In order to make room for that, we also had to take a stage off the vertical slides to make room for it, which has worked out nicely. We got a lot less issue with slides running in the slides like we had at Penfield.
Yep.
A big thing at Penfield too was we had some power issues. The connectors between the batteries and the and the hubs were very loose, and that has actually been driving us crazy until today when we fixed it.
Yes. Fun fact about these yellow connectors here, the XT30 connectors, the pins inside of them, you can poke them and you can split them apart a little bit, and it makes them more frictiony, and they stay in.
So you look at the connector, and it looks like the thing that actually holds the femur and mirror end together is the friction between the two yellow pieces, but that's wrong.
It's the pins.
It's the pins. And
The
those
yellow
pins,
piece is just a sheath. It's just
Yeah.
for protection, a casing. It's the pins that do all of the work to keep it secure in place.
and you can those pins can get squished, and you can make them not squished anymore.
Yes, we used a dental pick.
Really?
But, yeah, but I've seen people use sort of X-Acto knife blades or box cutter blades or something like that.
Probably
Anything
a
that's
real small flathead.
yeah, very small flatheads, that'll work. And then XT60 connectors, which are big, you can just throw a rock at it and it'll sort itself out.
Just like bang on it with a mallet for
Yeah.
a little bit.
This is why making big robots is better, which would have segued great into FRC, but there's one more thing in changes to robot, which is we have it localizing now. The robot can use its optical odometry sensor, which is on the base of the robot, as well as the limelight, which is on the back right there. And it can use both of those in tandem to basically always know where on the field it is at any time, which is very useful. And now we will program autos based on that for our next competition, which is
Corning.
in February?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
February 8 and 9.
February 8th and 9th. Thank you, Mr. Heather. White team is competing tomorrow, or Sunday, sorry. Is competing Sunday at the Utica qualifier, which for budgetary findangling, green team is not competing at. White team is also competing at the Buffalo qualifier, which green team is hosting, and those are back-to-back. So we will see you there.
Yeah.
If you if you're coming to the Buffalo qualifier, we look forward to seeing you. It's gonna be great.
And the Buffalo qualifier will be streamed on the Excelsior FTC YouTube channel. It might also be streamed on this YouTube channel. I'm still figuring it out. So
It would be really cool if we could do it on both.
yeah, that's why I'm trying to figure that out. That'd be cool.
Tyler from Turbovines is going to send us the YouTube key and put it on the Excel channel.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
Standard procedure. Standard procedure.
I've got a video of the localization that we were talking about put up.
Oh yeah, because you can show the thing on the thing. Bop.
This is the
This is Electric Mayhem Robotics on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Just hit that
the subscribe
massive
button.
subscribe button.
You know what else is massive?
Okay.
Localization.
Localization. Look at that. The robot is moving on the field, and if you see on the laptop screen, there is a field view, and there is a small circle that is moving in the exact same way. And there's a little green line on that circle. That's where the
Can't really
robot's
see that.
facing. It's kind of hard to see, but the video is available on our YouTube. So you can just go to the Shorts tab and watch it there if you would like to see it again.
Thank you, Grandpa. It is very nice. Anyway,
W comment. Okay. Transition.
transition. So you can throw a rock at XC30 connectors.
I was just gonna say we transitioned to the new game, Reefscape. That would have been a great segue if you didn't ruin it.
Can you tell how to practice what?
How dare you?
So,
All disapproval.
Reefscape dropped on Saturday. It's crazy to think we're not even a week out from the reveal video of the FSC 2025 game, Reefscape,
Sponsored by Haas.
sponsored by us.
Yes.
Which, so that is fun. And what are your thoughts on the game? What do
I
you
think that it is a pretty cool game. I do like that there is a small shooting aspect, and there is like more so of a pick and place aspect. I think that's like a pretty good balance. And I think the processor is an interesting game design thing in terms of strategy. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We haven't really had something like the processor in any previous games where you're giving your opponent's human players. You're giving your opponent's human player game pieces. I'm not sure we've ever had that in a previous
I don't think
game.
I've ever seen anything quite like it. So
Never in my days have I ever seen something quite like that,
I reckon.
y'all.
Just in case you forgot who he is. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I think the game is real cool. I think I'm hoping that we're not going to get a charged up situation where there's going to be max score games around like the week 5, week 6 mark of regionals. I don't think so. There's just so many other places to score, but we were on a strategy meeting 2 nights ago with the Metrobots from Cincinnati. Shout out Metrobots. We were on a strategy meeting with them and a couple other teams, and there was some people on that meeting who were like, I think there's going to be some max score games, which is going to be interesting because it's not like charged up where you can really place things on top of other things to like get to open up like the double the amount of scoring you can do on the field.
Well, that only happened at Champs, no?
Yeah, that was a rule change.
That was an
for
ad.
champs.
That was an added rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last couple of years they've been bringing that thing that we reserve the right to change the rules for champs
Yeah,
because of max score ceiling.
yeah, they have changed rules to increase the max score in the past, but I'm not sure how you do that with this game. I'm not really sure how you would be able to get more core on that reef, short of adding like another reef, which would kind of be awesome. But I'm not really sure how you would do that.
That would be I think that would be quite a logistical hassle, even just for Champs, getting that many large reef things built.
How do you need? You only need like how many fields are at champs? Like
8
8.
plus like 4 practice fields,
Yeah, you don't need like a real reef.
and then you'd want 2 reefs per, so that's like 24 reefs that you have to make. I don't know. That sounds a little tough.
That seems like a hassle.
That seems a little bit like a hassle.
Well, you could just zip tie the purple I'm sure they have extra of that, like those purple towers that are in the reach, and you can just zip tie that to the badge.
Yeah, or they just take just like one segment of the purple tube, they just stick them to the field walls, and they just go, yeah, new reef.
New reef.
They grow, coral grows
Slowly.
and
That's why it took so long.
Exactly.
That's why it only took so champ. Is there any water left in here?
Yeah, there's no hot chocolate in there. There never was any. You're a fraud. You're a fake.
Oh.
Mm.
Did I even say there was hot chocolate? Anyway. I think I've read my line wrong. I only ever have one line in the show, and I normally get it wrong, which is fun. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on the game. I think it's gonna be a pretty fun game. I'm not really. I'm curious to see what the strategy that develops halfway through the season is gonna be, because last year it was passing, and the year before it was good lane management, but that developed pretty early on.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see what it will be this year. James' prediction is it's going to be something to do with throwing algae on the other side of the field to play defense.
Very possible.
Yeah. I'm going to do a quick ad read real quick. This episode of Your Weekly Dose of Mayhem is sponsored by the 4930 2025 Reefscape build thread on Chief Delphi.
As part of Open Alliance.
Yes.
Not that one.
Not
this time.
Not this one.
The Open Alliance.
The Open Alliance.
The Open Alliance.
Yes. If you are interested in seeing progress updates and other build season related things, and also hearing from me as the build thread writer, hi James, check out the 4930 build thread on Chief Delphi.
There are already
Exclusive.
4 posts, and there's going to be a
Something
5th
like
big
that.
one soon.
Another post, prototyping post coming out this weekend, along with the FTC build thread, which is switched to every 2 weeks instead of every week.
Splendid.
But the 4931 will be every week for the foreseeable future.
Mhm.
Anyway, speaking, let's talk about our strategy as a team.
All right.
You talk. What is our strategy, Ahmed?
Well, we kicked off the season with a meeting to talk about some of our goals and visions before even we actually had the game. We wanted to prioritize a few things throughout the season, and it's written on a whiteboard that's right over there. One of them is to get more people in the team involved with the robot and other things. The other one is to CAD everything before you build it, and generally to follow the prototyping CAD build pipeline instead of half CADing it and then building it, and then you have a lot of mistakes that are real and physical, and then takes more time to fix them. Another vision of ours was vision. We want to get more vision processing. Yes, we want the robot to see better. And that ties into the last one, which is to maximize autonomous, or basically just to have a very good working autonomous as soon as possible, which really just means that the mechanical and programming subteams have to communicate really well so that we can have all the sensors and all of the cameras and other things on the robot and have the robot out with all of those things, and everything's communicated so that programming is way easier.
Those were our season goals, and driven by those overarching goals for the season and the team as a whole, we were able to kind of land on a strategy for the game in particular, for the game specifically, rather. The first thing we were debating, the big debate at the post-kickoff strategy meeting was whether algae or core was the best option. Obviously, I think core has been pretty much collectively agreed upon as not only by the team as a whole, but also the kind of the first community as the better thing to focus on.
The main
game piece, as there's a lot more points in that.
And there's also more of it.
And there's also a lot of it. It's something crazy, there's 50 on each human player station.
Wow.
It's something crazy. Maybe it's 50 total. It's something crazy. Way more, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. So we kind of set ourselves a hierarchy of goals or functions that we wanted a robot to do, which kind of make up our strategy. The first one is maximizing core. We want to be able to pick up core from the ground. We think that if you throw core out of the human player station, you can probably get it pretty close to the reef, so you don't have to drive as far, which may increase your cycle time. We want to be able to pick up core from the ground and score it on all levels of the reef, including that trough and that upper, that L4?
L4, yeah.
Yeah, L4 level. And going along the maximize auto goal, we want to be able to do that in auto as well. Automating, there seems to be, at the strategy meeting with the Metrobots, there was a lot of consensus around the more your team can automate the scoring process, probably the faster and better of a cycler you will be, which we're looking for. And below that, we want to be able to remove algae from the reef. Also, hopefully, we can do that in auto. If we can get, if us and our partners can get a lot of the algae off in auto, I feel like that sets you up for a big, it sets you up much better for tele-up. Kind of gives you an advantage because you don't have to spend time doing that, so you can get more cycles in.
To be fair, the big thing is to do at least one of them in auto.
Yeah.
Because you could score a lot of coral in auto and then kick off the algae, or you could kick off the algae and then score.
Yeah.
Because the points will basically register when you get it off there. So either is possible, hopefully both, and then we can have the luxury of choosing.
Yeah. And then kind of object 3A and 3B. We haven't decided which ones are higher on the priority list. Climbing. Probably we were looking at shallow climbs initially. Most because we thought it would be easier and we won't have to worry about the swing as much. But we are looking at some deep climb designs, especially after that strategy meeting with the Metrobots, where a lot of teams are prioritizing that. I'm personally looking forward to the first Open Alliance cycle coming out this weekend to see what some of those top teams are doing. Teams like Mechanical Advantage and the Rembrandt, see what they're looking at for climbs. And then below that is scoring algae in the processor. You guys got banned?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a suggestion. You should read the chat.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
Did you put your
asked
things
your
on the USB stick? Because if not, you should do that.
I asked your
No, it's not even working. I can't
Oh.
John Gordon,
Okay.
if you're watching,
10 or 15 minutes.
meet me.
Door is locked.
Yeah.
Tate is
Hi.
Tate would like to set up a duel to decide who the bigger
At high noon.
a high noon duel
This is not a figurative duel. This is a duel.
to determine who is the larger weekly dose fan.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Whoa!
Axolotl thing. Small axolotl. Put it up to the camera.
Put that show that to the camera.
Hold on. Hi, everyone. This is Glorp.
Whoop.
Yeah,
Axolotl thing.
Squish it.
Squish it.
That's awesome.
All right.
Wait, your-
What a game!
Off to
grandfather
band.
Responded.
Oh, he responded.
Tate, have coffee is good with me. However, I'll be out of the country for the next 3 weeks.
Ah. You're gonna have to chase him down if you want to duel.
You're gonna have to chase him across.
Wait, what country?
What
are
is this?
you
Some
in?
sort of 100 hours to circumnavigate the world?
Or
Okay.
is that part of the duel that I have to?
Yeah, you have to find him.
Yeah. He only
See if he
communicates in
There's
random
about
notes.
there's about like a 30-second delay. By
Yeah.
the way,
Yeah.
I was watching it on my laptop, and I would just be waiting. Nate, you make the same like 6 motions with your hand. And, like I literally see you go like this, and then on the screen you're going like this.
No, you two have like Mapman energy.
Who's Jay Foreman and who's Mel Cooper Jones?
Ooh.
I feel like you would be Jay.
Yeah, but I'm on the wrong side of the table.
Yeah. True.
Okay, but in every other way.
All right, we gotta go to band.
Alright.
Off
Oh
the
wait,
band.
oh wait. You said I asked Nar. Nate, what?
Are you
I'm gonna guess that's
Nar?
you.
What?
What country is your grandfather in?
He's going to be in.
No.
Chile.
No, hey,
Oh,
hey,
I
no,
can't
no,
tell him?
no. You have to ask for a picture of 5 buildings. And go from there.
Jet lag reference.
Ah.
Ask Nate for my travel plans. Oh, okay.
I don't know your itinerary.
You know what?
He didn't provide you a printed copy?
Well, I'm not going on this trip. He normally does when we travel together.
Oh, okay, that's actually good.
I'm the only one who reads it.
Okay, I gotta go to band.
Okay, go to band.
John Gordon. There
Hi,
will be a
Emily.
duel.
Ugh.
Hi, Josh. Josh ignored me.
Josh is here?
Hey,
He
Emily,
walked out the door.
Oh, okay.
hey,
Oh, that means it's.
are you guys still on?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're done, can you show Emily how cool your thing is?
Yeah,
With
sure.
The dashboard. and stuff?
Yeah.
What?
progress.
Something
Yeah,
cool.
50.
Something cool.
Something cool.
Something cool. We
Something
made a
cool.
short about it, but don't watch it yet.
But what if I took your watermelon van?
Okay, I don't care. We gotta finish off. 'Cause it's X period now. We gotta finish.
What was I talking about? Oh, climb. We're looking at climbs and processor. We would like to score in the processor, but we would like that mechanism to be
I started cleaning up
as
the match.
passive or as simple as possible
And very out of the way.
and very out of the way. So
One
the
of
thing,
the, at least since
Yeah.
the rack and pinion is still a thing.
there was a rack and pinion design floating around. That's currently my favorite.
Yeah, two basically racks that just jut out from the drivetrain and sort of corral the ball. We push it into the processor, and then maybe a third thing comes out and just bunks it right in.
Yeah, you could keep the racks out and then have a piston right over the bumpers and go bonk,
Yeah.
and launch the.
So that is
ball.
one of the many competing designs for the different things that we want to do. And I think we're just going to keep letting them simmer as we develop the CAD, and then as they
Like we're gonna take the designs, we're gonna
yeah,
put them in a pot,
yeah,
and we're gonna kind of move them around, and then we're gonna turn the stove on and let them simmer.
right. That's how the figure of speech works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of CAD,
Yeah, CAD.
the first segue that's actually worked. Oh man. All right.
We did that. We hit the segue.
Yeah.
So we got some CAD. I got some CAD to show. The things we're working on in CAD currently is I'm working on an end effector and some 2D bot sketches around the elevator. Josh is working on some intake type stuff. We want to see if we can do a roller intake. The geometry of that is pretty difficult actually because of the bumper rules. Especially we're using the SDS Micro I, so our frame is pretty low, and those bumpers have to be so tall relatively to the frame, which makes it kind of a hassle to do bumpers, do intakes. We're looking at an over the bumper intake to kind of roll the thing up over the bumper because you can't have any spaces. Because that rule from last year, which I hated, is returning. So yeah, Josh is working on that, and then Nate is working on some indexes. We had a cool design. They'll get uploaded as a short soon. That got the core from horizontal like this to horizontal like that, and that's pretty neat. And we're also seeing if we can transport core through the robot just horizontal like that. And then Reagan was working on a climber thing. I haven't told you about this. I don't think anyone knows about this except
interesting.
me and Reagan. So imagine cutting a hole in the middle of your robot.
Uh-huh.
This is for the deep climb. Cutting a hole out in the middle of your robot,
Right.
like it's a donut, and then putting a piston inside of the cage, pushing down on the cage, and then lifting the entire robot up around the cage.
That is a very interesting idea. You know what else I could imagine?
Say it. Say it. Come on.
I for one could imagine if Ninja had a low taper fade. That is what I could imagine.
What does that have to do with anything? That would be massive. Let's see. I haven't looked at he's been prototyping in CAD, and I haven't looked at it, so let's look at it together.
Wow, that's a hole in the bot.
Yeah. Part Studio 5, copy 1. Yeah.
Ah, it's an angled thing.
It's an angled.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that the cage would jump up over the bumper and then into the.
And there's a
Into a low
alignment piece there, I think.
Yeah. You'd probably drive into the cage kind of diagonally.
Yeah.
And this is Nate's indexer.
Go ahead. Can you get
Ooh.
yeah.
It's quite large, so we're not prototyping it as you see it here. We're prototyping it out of wood, so we don't waste polycab.
Yeah.
It's very large, just like a full sheet sized. It's
Yeah.
really large. This is his indexers for rotating it and then traveling it. And then also just we haven't started the traveling one. We'll probably start that Saturday. Cage? Oh no, this is when they were building the cage. Let's talk about the end effector.
Yes.
I've been working on the end effector. I got a working prototype to print and then assembly, and the piston was too long. The geometry with the piston didn't really work, so restarting there, so let me show you what I mean. I was heavily inspired by some grabbers and end effectors from 2023, having driven wheels for intaking, and then a motion like that drop for dropping.
The claw.
The claw. We had one on our robot, which we didn't use because we only could do cubes that year. But there was a lot of good designs for that. So that's what we were doing. So it's driven by, we got a crack in here, which is currently clipping through this piece of max tube that drives these wheels. And then there's a piston back here that can, oh wait, I'm prepared. And then there's a piston back here that opens and closes the claw. Originally, we didn't have these little gears on them. Originally, we didn't have those gears on the fingers, which meant the piston would go out all wonky, and the distance between these two holes were wrong anyway, so it wasn't very happy. But I've since changed that, and we're looking forward to getting that to print and manufacture, print and assembly in the coming days. That's kind of the end effector, and I'll go to the brief sketch. Where we're kind of at on the scoring is we're gonna have an elevator in the bot. We bought the WCP one. We've never done elevators before, so that's gonna be an interesting learning curve.
Similar to FTC, actually.
Yeah, similar to FTC.
Elevators are making a not a comeback, but an introduction to both programs simultaneously in the same season, which is interesting.
I can't wait until next season when FLL starts doing elevators. Did you know one of the first things I built on this team was an FLL elevator?
Really?
It didn't work.
Oh.
Yeah, I was using FLL's weird kind of pneumatics. Like they're not like I think Lego makes actually pneumatically driven actuators, but it was like a weird worm gear thing that like was in a case and then you spun it at the bottom and it went up. It was super weird. It didn't work.
I don't know. I've seen people make V8 engines out of Lego pistons, so I think that was a skill issue.
I've seen those too. Those are really cool.
Yeah, I know,
those
right?
Are so cool. So this is the elevator. This is it at full extension, and there's nothing here yet because I'm still working on it. But if you imagine, we're gonna have the end effector will sit on the bottom of this, and then it will probably rotate out like this either way to score. Hopefully we can find a nice fixed length for that. And we hope to drive that significantly smarter than how we drove the last year. And it will be significantly shorter and significantly lighter than last year too, which will make that better.
Splendid.
So that's kind of where we're at robot-wise. There will be a longer post on it on the build thread this weekend for more detail.
Splendid. All right, well, we've gone over time, so I think this is where we
ever
wrap
not
it
gone
up.
over time?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I'm showing the script.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
Okay. I've got a flight to catch, so I'm gonna go down this elevator. Wouldn't this be massive? Low.
You are getting pretty low.
Can you help me? It's kind of hits.
No, I'm just gonna slowly fade the stream.
Can you make the void come back?
The void? Oh, I don't think I can do that. Unfortunately.
It wasn't actually an elevator. I lied.
Yeah, he was just sliding down the chair actually. Okay, good night everybody.
Good night, everybody.